Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa, and this is Green Couch Groovy Podcast, where I interview local musicians in Prague. And today, I'm super excited to interview the incredible Marley Wildthing. Hi. Hi. So thank you for being here. Super excited to have you on the show. Because you've done so much incredible work in the last like 10 years, right? You've been making music and stuff.
Yeah, I started.
That's like crazy. So, and Marley does like these incredible music videos. We met on the set of the music video for Never Ending Dance. And she makes these super cool songs, like all by yourself, basically. Like,
mostly.
And then you put on incredible performances. Like, I'm still blown away from like Halloween, where you were dressed up as
the jellyfish.
That was so cool. Like, you just come on stage and you're like a glowing jellyfish, and like
you didn't see me at all, right? Just like this is your thing.
I mean, it's definitely like, it's like you're like, that's Marley. Like, there can not be anyone else in the entire world. Like, in the dark abyss of Backdoors Bar, you're like on stage in like a full jellyfish outfit that you created.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's the coolest thing ever. I was just like,
that was fun
who's
and
winning
very
Halloween?
challenging.
Yeah, you were like performing the whole time, and I was like, how is she doing this?
I could barely move because
every second it was like you weren't sure if the jellyfish was gonna like pop up.
And then I realized I can just put it on my back. Actually, I looked a bit like a turtle.
Yeah, then you turned into like a turtle. So cool. I was like,
I kept it the whole night until 6 a.m.
Yeah, because you went to like a rave after the show, right? That's like hard. How do you like dance with that in a rave?
I just had it on my back, but I had a few people, I think, reacting weirdly, but I didn't even notice. And then my friends were like, Marley, maybe this is a bit oversaturating people because like you have the lights blinking and everything. So I decided to turn off the lights of my shell at least so that no one's freaking out behind me because they think they're tripping.
Oh my god, yeah, that was super cool. The one and only jellyfish. So I have a lot of questions for you. Basically, I think it's super incredible to like follow your path as a musician and like to make a career out of it. I think that scares a lot of people. I know I also had like a path in the arts at one point. I was a costume designer, and then like you don't even know how, like one day you wake up and you're like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So I was like interested if there was like an it moment for you, or like a story that led you in to this path where you're like, okay, like I'm a musician now.
Yes. I mean, I came to Prague and I started playing on stages here, and it quickly escalated a little bit, which I didn't expect, but I still didn't see myself, like kind of as a musician, but not really like this could be a career for me because it was so new. And then I had a 3-month trip to Panama and to New Orleans, and I think that completely changed my perception of myself and what I can do and how people can react to my music, because when it's like I never dared to make music back then in my home, like in Austria, in Vienna.
So you just started like when you came to Prague, like for example, like you got on stage somewhere, or you were like singing and you're like, oh, I want to like try this somewhere.
I just, I started jamming with people and I played some open mics, and the response was just very positive, and I was actually surprised by that. And I think then I got some some more confidence, because in the beginning I needed like 2 beers to even be able to go on stage.
Yeah, I know that. I think
it's
like
scary.
that's the thing about drunk karaoke, right? Is you're like, okay, now I can do karaoke because I'm smashed.
Yeah, exactly. And then from there it went like that. I got a couple of gigs. I played in some bars. I played in some hotels. Like I played in the Hilton, which was... I played piano there. I don't even play piano. I don't know how this happened. Yeah, but I still had like a part-time job, and I did.
Like, what were you working like as?
I was a translator. So I was translating and proofreading between German and English, which is also not what I studied, but somehow I got this.
Yeah.
I don't know. My whole Prague experience is just really random and lucky.
I feel like that's life in Prague. Is you kind of, because it's such a creative hub, you just kind of show up here and you're like, let me just send out an email, or like, let me just go to this place. And next thing you know, you meet someone. They're like, do you want to do this project? And next thing you're on the set of a music video, or you're like doing some job, and you're like, I didn't know I ever would do this job, but like that's pretty cool.
But I think that's not just what like Prague gives, or what people in Prague give, but it's also what we let ourselves do here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like what you said always actually includes an action.
Yeah, that's true.
From you, like for example, back then with the music video that, you told me that you would like to be part of it. I
saw your post and I was just like searching for like stuff I was like, I want to get involved in the arts community again. And then your post came up and I was like, I was like, this is a long shot. I'm not even a real dancer. And I was like I love to dance.
Neither am I.
I love to dance. Like I definitely have my fair share of dance battles in the club. I'm not professional, and I just wrote you, and you're like, yeah, sure, come join. And like next thing you know, we were making a music video with some like very cool people. Like
it was so interesting. So like different personalities, but so cool.
Yeah, I loved that experience, because like also the process of like working with everybody, even though it's long hours, but to make something really perfected and cool, and how Filippo was like really directing us to like make it, to be precise in our movements and to really come together to make something extra special. Like I love that process, and then you see the result and you're like, this is incredible.
Yeah, I'm actually, I don't know, just impressed lately by how people can be really into something, or like helping with something, and working those, like, what did we have back then, 14 hours as volunteers, just to contribute something, just to create art and be part of it. And
but like I think that's like the cool aspect of it, is like, you're coming together to create something. And I really love those projects, because like you're working together with other people. It's something special. You're working towards a goal. Like it's gonna be like, with you at the center, it's gonna be a fucking cool music video. And from the professionalism and vision that Filippo was bringing from the beginning, like you're like, okay, he's on it. Like he knows what he's. So you feel inspired to step up. And that's super cool.
That's true. I think that's a big difference, actually. Like, also what you give as the one who organizes the music video or directs or something. Like if you start with a kind of professionalism, then people kind of just tag along and live that as well. Whereas if you're just like, whatever, then people will also act the same way.
You kind of have to come in with that like vision, that leadership, like we're gonna make something cool, and people will step up to the bar. That was super cool. So if you haven't seen Neverending Dance, you have to check it out.
Yeah, she's in there too.
Like this. Amazing. So you set on this path, you kind of discovered it in Prague. And so what were like, so you're performing, you're singing, you're playing piano. What were like 3 concrete, would you say, next steps that you took to kind of be a musician, where you're like, okay, now I'm gonna take some concrete like steps?
I'll take it as a musician all over, not like a performer, but a musician persona or something.
Yeah.
I think for me, life, it was starting to play with a looper. That really made my life set completely different, and I think I got to be much more creative and get like a different sound than other people maybe, because looping is just like, I mean, there's a lot of people who do it, but it's also very personal how you approach it. For me, for example, it was always more about harmonies than about guitar solos or something.
Yeah, I don't really understand what looping is. Like, this is why I'm a great person to ask these questions. Maybe you can expand on like what you're doing when you're looping.
Well, I basically record live stuff, and it's going on in a loop until I stop it, and I can add certain things. Like my looper, for example, has 6 tracks, so I could record 6 different loops, and I can turn them on and off by themselves.
Yeah.
But I mostly use only 3, actually. Yeah, that's basically it. That's a way how to create, like, as one person or even more people, like, create a huge sound.
Yeah, and so when you're also doing that on stage, right? When you perform, so then do you have those tracks like pre-recorded or?
Almost none of them. Like almost everything is live. So so I just, you know, like sometimes I do a vocal harmony first, so I record a stack of vocals, and they are kind of my instrument.
Yeah.
Or my melody, and sometimes I record something on the bass, something it's the ukulele, sometimes it's a beat.
And you're doing that all on stage?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think as an audience member, like I think I've only seen you 1 or twice, so I don't know, like there's always so much happening on stage, and then you're a jellyfish. So, so I'm just
so
like,
that's confusing.
Yeah, so I'm just like, cool. And then the other performance, I think I was backstage because we were waiting to do the dance, so I haven't actually seen you.
I also had a band there.
Yeah, so and you had the band. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway.
That was different because that was one of your like first live shows with a band, right? Or you don't, not first, I guess.
I had some before, but it's always changing a little bit. Like this was for me very special and like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
That maybe I would like to repeat though.
Yeah, it was cool. And also you were collaborating a bit with Thanos and his group as well.
Yeah, exactly, true. But that was more being a guest.
Yeah.
Because they're his band. I'm not gonna steal them.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys were like definitely had a very, I would say, cohesive performance where you were like, trading the stage and like supporting each other.
Well, that's the nice thing when you share the stage with friends, then, you know, this is like, you don't have to act, you're just really enjoying everyone's presence, and it feels like, we're just here having fun. We've learned one song for you guys.
Yeah, like we're just here doing it together.
Yeah.
Cool. So you got like a looper, and then you were like, now I'm really making music and able to produce like my own sound and like write my own songs and like make something. So from like performing in Prague, you were like, okay, now I have some songs and I want to write them or something, or like record them.
That came after a while. I mean, I was always writing songs, and as you were asking about the 3 steps, I think that was one more very important step for me to like find my sound, was also to learn how to produce myself. Like I always recorded, but I never, you know, like it took a long time to look into, okay, how do I create sounds? What do I want from my sound? So that you're not always dependent on someone else, on some producer, or I don't know, have to rely on someone else to create your sound, but you can do it yourself, and you can also, you know, change it. And for me, I think that helped a lot in finding myself as well.
Yeah, because you do like everything yourself. But then, you have so much creative control, and I think it's really easy in this day and age because there's so many tools and technology and like instruments that you can use, and you can just film yourself and then like upload it somewhere and be like, okay, now I have a song. Like, what's up, world?
Yeah, I mean that too, but I think it's also like, even if, you know, you will need someone to finish the song for you, like to do the mix or master, or even like production wise a little bit, I think it's so important to just be able to create a song by yourself and and then add what you need. And it helps me live as well, because then I can put the same song in a live looping setup and figure out how to do that.
Yeah. And that's like, it makes it easier for you to also like to travel around and do your shows, because it's like you're pretty self-reliant when it comes to like you're going on stage and you know what you need, and you're not relying on a whole band or like a sound engineer, maybe, I don't know.
Exactly. Like basically I can explain everything to the sound engineer I have, because I know it and I made the whole setup myself. And it's actually very nice. Like I have to say, well, lately actually I never have the feeling that anyone's belittling me. But you know, as a woman on stage, like you might come across someone who's like, what is she doing there? You know? And then I love the feeling that I can explain them, and I always see their faces. They're like, okay. Like it's complicated, the setup.
Yeah. And you're like, and I know what's happening because I made it all happen.
Yes, and I'll gladly explain it to you.
It's like you're totally empowered and in charge in that moment, because you figured all of this stuff out.
Yeah.
Looking back, what advice do you wish you'd known or would have made your music journey easier? Because we all know it's like, it's a very difficult journey to decide, like, I'm going to make a career out of being an artist, musician, and it's a long journey before I think you start to see like real product of your success, where you're like, okay, I'm doing stuff, it's happening. And I'm like maybe making income from it and whatnot.
A few things. I think like personally to be more humble and more try to create a good community around you that helps each other, because I see that now that there's a lot of female mutual support going on. Yeah. And I didn't have that at all when I started. And I'm not blaming anyone else. I think that's on me as well, you know, that I wasn't looking for it. Or I wasn't even able to like nurture it. But I think that's a big deal that could have helped me in the beginning. And then to actually ask for proper money. Like I'm still scared to ask for sums of money. Yeah. But it's like everyone's gonna eat and pay their rent. And pay their bills. And so it's, you know, like I mean, corporate life is completely different and no one's scared to ask for money there. And as musicians, we're like, well, I mean, I enjoy doing it, but also I would like to eat. Yeah, exactly. I think in general, it's like hard because you also feel, I guess I experienced a little bit costume design. You're like, okay, I feel like so grateful to be able to do what I'm doing. I didn't ever like fully go just as a costume designer. I was working full-time as a teacher as well and doing both careers at the same time. But like I was always like, okay, it's my fun job and I guess I'll take like what I can get. But now looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, sometimes I was hand sewing like 20 costumes and getting like, or 30 costumes, or like, you know, doing everything by myself for like maybe a few thousand crowns. Yeah, and have like a work-sleep rhythm and maybe some bites in between and that's it. Yeah, and you're like, it's not sustainable. No. So. And it's not healthy. No one should. No, it's not healthy. Live like that for no payment, basically. Yeah, it's crazy. So I understand the conundrum. But like then you're writing and like asking for grants, or like when you go do shows, you're like getting payment and what? Yeah, I barely do any shows without getting paid at all. Yeah, unless it's very low effort and like, or you know, it's like doing someone a favor. Yeah. Or it's something where I'm really like, this can help me a lot. Yeah. So it's always up to my judgment, which is also kind of difficult, but I, you know, just decide from my feeling. Yeah. Kind of. But and you definitely put on incredible shows, so it's like thanks. It's like it's such an experience. Like you always have cool costumes. You definitely have such a good rapport with the crowd, and you like really invite them into like your world and to like getting them involved. So it's like super fun. Like you know, like you're up there on stage having like the best time, and then like you really know how to like
get everyone involved in the audience. So it's super cool.
I always hope that, like you said it right, I'm having my best time, and I always hope like I hope the others too.
Like definitely everyone always is like, you know, vibing, and you get off stage and you're like, all right guys, come on, like, let's do this part together. It's super cool. So then let's see. Yeah, maybe we already touched on this. What's the biggest thing you've had to overcome while building your dream life as a musician? Is it kind of what we spoke about already?
Wait 1 second. Can you, the biggest thing I had to
like
overcome?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things. Yeah. Well, I actually wrote a little article for a magazine that I hope is going to come out at some point, and it's about not waiting for someone else to do something for you. And I think for a long time I wasn't even ready yet for anything. Like I didn't have my life set up, figured out. I had nothing figured out other than, okay, I want to write songs, and I had some songs written. And I was always looking for, you know, like a label, a booker, and I was blaming everything that wasn't happening on the lack of a management or a label or something like this.
Yeah.
And I think by overcoming this and just being like, okay, if that comes, if I meet someone who can really help me, that's great. But if not, I'll just do it myself. I think that was a huge revelation for me. And it's just like a lot of people think you need a management or something like that to make it big. But then we forget, like, right now I have the freedom to do whatever I want. I can live somewhere else if I want. I can make a crazy ass music video if I want, and no one's gonna be like, you can't do that, because no one's above me.
Yeah.
And I think that's by itself also a kind of nice thing.
Yeah, you're the empress of your project.
Of my queendom.
Of your queendom. Because I think that's something that's really, I don't know if it's just the people I'm following right now, but it's really trending where they're like, no one's gonna come save you. Like, no one's gonna come help you. If you want something to happen, like you're not gonna randomly meet someone in a bar who's like, I'm gonna like make you whatever you wanna be. It's like, you have to say like, I'm gonna be this, and now I'm gonna take the actions to make it happen.
Yeah. And then people will tag along.
Yeah, people will tag along. I tagged along.
Cool.
It was super cool. So, yeah, I think that's definitely like you have to be your own hero. Okay, so a big part of who you are is putting together fun outfits and sewing and making, like, I love this so much. So, because I feel like when I moved to Prague, I started to wear like a lot more black, and I just didn't want to stand out. I didn't want like people looking at me weird in the street, and I just started to kind of dress more safe, I think, than maybe I used to. And then of course sometimes you don't always have the time with everything that's going on. But I love that it's like who you are, and it's part of your persona, but like not only on stage, but off stage. Like the time we met Zaire for coffee, and you just came in this like beautiful dress, like every time, and you even make it like a thing on your social media. So I was just wondering, like, when you started sewing, and kind of when like there was a time you started putting like these fun outfits together, or like that's always been who you are.
It's always been who I would have liked to be. But it's just recently, I think, like in the last 1, 2, 3 years, it's become something that I really, really did, like, and felt comfortable in doing.
Yeah, you're so comfortable. Like you walk in normally, and like I'm just like looking at your outfit, like, my God, she's dressed like a princess, or she's dressed like this real like artist. Like it's not just an on stage thing, and I'm like. Like I think I remember talking to Mazianga about it, and we're just like, it's so cool that you just do it and you commit to it and you like own it, and you really live in your outfits. You're not like walking around like, there are people looking at me. It's like, you just own it.
Well, sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, but then, you know, I remind myself that when I see someone in an outfit, and I'm like, this is absolutely cool, I try to see it the other way around. Like if someone stares at me, I'm like, you might like it or you don't, but then actually, like, what does it matter to me?
Yeah.
If someone likes it or not. Like, it just matters what I think.
Yeah.
And I think all this overdressing privately also helped to not feel overdressed on stage anymore.
Yeah.
So because you know, like I'm moving a lot, like not just dancing, but also like doing all the instrument stuff.
Yeah.
So I really have to feel comfortable in what I wear, so that I don't have to think like, this is uncomfortable, I can't like grab my bass. So I don't know, like slowly I'm more and more thinking that everything I do in my life just like, comes together in a way.
I think that's a good thought pattern to have, like, right? That's like a mantra almost, like everything in my life is coming together for the path I want and to make my dreams come true. Like, that's a mantra.
Exactly. And there's nothing that's useless in a way. Like, some things, but I barely do things where I'm like, this is absolutely useless. This, like, everything that you do in a way makes your life richer and makes you practice for something else.
Yeah.
So like when every day I saw this so much for the video shoot of my last video that we shot in a castle for all the girls.
Which I'm going to ask you about in a bit.
Yeah. Because I put together, I think, like 12 very elaborate outfits. Like I tried to make them really, like each by themselves stand out.
They're so cool. Because I also got to wear one of them. We did a photo shoot on your birthday.
But that was different actually. That's for the music video after.
Okay, there's more costumes. Okay, I'm mixing up the costumes.
No worries.
More to come.
Even I'm confused at this point because it's 4 music videos shot at different times, coming out at different times. So I'm like, yeah. So I had to make these 12 costumes, and actually I was thinking, like, if I wouldn't practice every day and think about what colors fit together, how can I put 2 colors together that are super weird, like pink and light green.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, I do this all the time, so let's just keep doing it, but a little bit too much. Like, it's already too much usually, but too much. And then, like, once I, cleaned my mind with this or fueled my mind with this, it was really easy to put all of this together and then, add the, little accessories to it and everything.
Yeah, you're really a natural at it now. Like, you have so many
practice.
You have so many. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I feel like now, like, I'm out of practice because I haven't sewn in like years, and I used to be like costume designing and sewing every day. So I was like, everything's a costume piece, and you get so good at it. So it's like now you've had years of practice. You're sewing stuff all the time. You're like taking things apart. You're putting them together. You're trying new outfits every day.
Yeah.
So like you really have like such a special talent from like all this hard work and practice.
Yeah, and just fun with it as well.
Yeah.
Like you realize, and also other people sometimes show me this, that you don't have to overthink everything. Like sometimes it's also just really simple and it's great.
Yeah. Sometimes at the last second you have like this idea and you're like, okay, let's just put this like this, and you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Or the day before the shoot, you're like, let's just sew this together.
You're like, we're running out of time.
Yeah, because my girl needs a top. They don't fit, so I'll make one.
And when did you like start sewing then? Like also?
I had classes in school.
Really? Okay.
A little bit.
It's like the facts, the facts. In the U.S. we call them like facts class, like home ec or whatever. You had to learn to sew and cook and maybe use like power tools at some point.
It was, I think the sewing was more of a choice, and of course like the girls did it and the boys had like some other stuff.
Okay,
we
had both. Like everyone had to learn how to use like power tools, and everyone had to use like the sewing machine and sew something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Or that people can choose and they're not like weirdly side-eyed if a boy chooses the sewing.
I think it's good if you learn all of it because
of course,
like
because you need it actually.
Yeah, and I loved using the power tools too. Like in school, I was like, this is useful. And later,
Same.
like I was working on sets and stuff, like in theater and whatnot. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I know how to like do this with the board and cut through. And like now I'm welding, and it's like kind of empowering.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like to think of like when I was sewing, like as the sewing machine as like another power tool. Like I don't understand why it can't be in the class of like a power tool. It is a power tool.
Yeah, it is. You can get hurt too, so it's dangerous.
So you were like sewing in school, and then you just like continued with it. Like when you were like, I'm gonna be a musician, and now I'm gonna like just put cool outfits together.
Yeah, well, as I said, like we made like one piece in school, but back then I was very like unconfident about my body and everything, so I never wore it in the end. And then when I studied in Vienna, I did things with my mom every now and then, because actually I always had ideas for outfits. Like even when I was a kid, I was drawing like weird dresses and elaborate huge things, but
little you knew what was coming.
Yeah, I think a lot of things could have been seen, but I just didn't at that point. But the thing is, I didn't have the confidence to actually wear the things. So for example, now I found this big fluffy jacket, like white fake fur.
Yeah, you posted on your Instagram.
Little black dots.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. And I made it, I don't know, like probably 15 years ago with my mom. And I never wore it. Like I think maybe once, or not even once, because I was like, I like it, but now I don't know what to do with it. And like this, a lot of pieces I made like that. And then like now I rediscover them and I'm like, this is amazing. And yeah, so I think like slowly with the whole gigging thing, but also with maybe having more power and choice of my own time. I realized that this is something that I really want to do, because it means something to me, because it's a hobby, but it also helps in my job. And so I take the time to actually, like every now and then, you know, like I might just have a whole Sunday or like during the week, whatever, the whole day where I have nothing to do. And I'm like, I don't want to do music. I don't want to work. So I'll just do this and create something and learn something.
And it all complements each other, like, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And it's something like, I think when I met you, because I only met you like last March, I was like, oh my God, like Marley's inspiring me so much. Like lately, I'm even getting like a little sad. I'm like, I miss sewing so much. I miss creating things. And like, so meeting you and seeing, like being so inspired by how you're wearing your outfits and putting outfits together and how you're sewing all the time. I'm like, okay, Marley's inspiring me to like come back to this part of myself.
I'm looking at the machine right now, actually.
It's sitting there and Robin's like, when are you going to use it? And I'm like, I will.
Well, this is off script, but we talked about having a sewing party at my place. I don't know if we can manage before I leave to, because
your trip.
February I'm gone.
Yeah.
But I really want to do this. That like we just get like 3 machines to my place and maybe 6 people, so 2 can share.
I can totally bring a machine to that. Yeah. Yes, I would love to.
Because I know so many people who love sewing. And like this, you know, we could help each other,
like
have like breaks
also,
in between.
I think one of my friends actually, she used to have that where she would have like people over and paint and sew. So like, yeah. Okay, yes, I'm in. So back on, we'll cut that part out, I guess. Yeah. So when I first met you on the set or preparation for Neverending Dance, I was like, oh my gosh, you totally remind me of like Florence and the Machine and Aurora. Like, I was like, you're giving those vibes. So in that kind of area, like, who are your biggest musical influences? And then second part of the question, and what's the song from another artist you have on repeat at the moment?
I think my influences change a lot by, you know, the people I have around me, what they show me, what I just randomly find, or where I'm going back to like songs, you know, that I used to listen to 15 years ago or something.
Yeah, totally.
Or like that I grew up with. Definitely Florence and the Machine and Aurora are big inspirations.
Because you
as
also have
well
that style
musically
of like,
as like in the whole vibe and the whole style and everything.
yeah.
And then I constantly find things that I really love. Like as you asked for the song on repeat, I think something that keeps coming back is a song by Ezra Furman. I don't know if you know.
Should I
her.
know her?
She made the soundtrack for Sex Education.
Okay, I'm not watching that show.
You didn't watch it, okay?
Yeah.
But it's such a good song, and it's like kind of, I don't know, it's this nice combination of being vulnerable but also very punk attitude.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's totally
and I
like,
just love it.
You have it. Yeah.
So that inspired me a lot, and I think lately I'm trying to be, like I kind of built myself up on the thought like, okay, let's get more and more professional, like my vocals need to be more refined, really like, in pitch. I don't want to like fix everything in post, so I want to like sing as good as I can and record them as good as I can. And especially on my first album I did like hundreds of takes for every song.
Yeah.
And now I see like, okay, I can do certain things. I feel confident with my voice at this point. So I want to go back to actually being a bit more experimental and trying to be more imperfect. And I think, for example, like this Ezra Furman is a big inspiration in this, like to just do things imperfectly, but so nice and so touching.
Yeah, to have that really like the raw emotion coming out. Because I think especially in the day of like AI and AI artists, right? It's like, okay, we know that all the AI music sounds very like perfect and like too arranged or something. And so like I think us as humans or artists like and musicians are coming back to this like raw form, like okay, we can be imperfect, we can be more real, like we can just get all the whatever we need to express like out. And
because it's emotion what you want from music in the end.
Exactly.
Not perfection necessarily.
Totally. But yeah, I think it's just cool how with like Florence and the Machine you also kind of like have that like you're banging your feet and you're drumming and like you get really into like your performances in the same way.
Definitely her style of performing is amazing, like so energetic and so, and still like, huge stages, but still so connected to the audience. Yeah. And probably I took a lot from that as well. Yeah, but it makes your, like that raw emotion and that like energy, it makes your performances super special as well. So, cool. So I think we talked a little bit about this, but what is your song creating process like? And can you like take us through the steps? If it's not too like secretive or personal, of course. No,
like,
not at all.
Because like it's interesting that like, when you come to like, I don't know, maybe having a song idea or like I help sometimes my friend with lyrics, like you have this idea and then it's like, how do you actually put it and make it a real thing? Yeah. It's really always different. And I think I prefer it that way, that sometimes I really want to write a song about something. Sometimes it just comes by itself, like a song can be done in one day sometimes, and it's amazing how it just like comes out like you're throwing up. It's a song. I have the same thing because I don't do it a lot, but sometimes like it's like midnight and I'm like getting out of bed and Robin's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, it's a song, it's coming. It's like, you're like, and so I like grab my phone and I'm like recording shit like on my voice memos because like and it's just there and you're like, I don't know what to do with this, but it's like now I need to do something like the song's just coming out. Yeah. And then there's others where you really have to struggle, like you have to fight to finish the song. And I don't really have a preference actually, because I think that sometimes the throw up songs are amazing. And sometimes the songs you have to fight for, they are just getting more meaningful with the lyrics, for example, because you keep rewriting them. Yeah, you're like, I'm not there yet. Like something needs to be said differently, or like we're missing I don't know, some emotion there,
Yeah.
or like a phrase or
Or
something.
or you just feel like this is so meaningful of a topic. You need
Yeah.
to do it really well, so it's not cheesy. So it's
Yeah.
actually it sounds humble and honest. So it's really everything, and I have zero advice for anyone other than just like, you know, find your way, or like keep
Yeah.
doing it differently and then figure out what is good.
Yeah, but then like, so you have the song, right? And then you go and like, of course you play like a lot of instruments, right? So then, and you're doing the looping. So you can easily take like your lyrics and melody and start putting like whatever you think needs to be together to make the whole sound, essentially.
Even that is different. Like some songs are created in a very live way, like directly with the looper, and some songs are created directly in the software, and then I have to struggle to make them work live as well. And some of them don't really do. Like for example, Never Ending Dance, I barely play it live because it needs a band. It doesn't work with looping, like at least not with the parts that I have, and I kind of dread the thought of doing it all like a playback with a backing track.
Yeah.
So I barely ever play it, unfortunately. But
It's such a good song. It was so cool to see it at because the first time I was like in the choreography, like on stage, but then seeing it at the Halloween show, I was like, wow! And you added the rock vibe to it, like it was more.
it was
a very
so
different
rock.
It was so
good.
cool. I loved, like, I was like, what is happening? Like, this is never, it was such a cool version. Like, I love how it was so different than, like, because I love the original version as well. Like, the first time I heard this song, I was like, okay, something's happening here. I want to be part of this. Like,
It's so much more electronic, actually, the studio version and then the live version, which is actually out on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
like there's a recording
you have the recording
of the first time with you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that just turned out completely different. But I think that's what I also love about playing live, that sometimes it just has a completely different vibe, and there's like none of the two versions is more right.
No, that's like it's just a new experience.
Their
it's like,
vibe.
It's a whole new vibe, a whole new experience, and super cool.
Yeah.
And do you have a song that you wrote that surprised you?
Surprised me in what way?
I don't know, like, you know, like sometimes I think if you have that song vomit, or like you're just like, I don't know where this came from, but or some kind of experience where the song came about and you didn't know it was gonna happen like that.
I think one of the songs that surprised me most is probably Soul for Sale, which I wrote it because I was really angry. Like, I had a gig and I came home, and first I had a healthy crying session.
Always good to have.
Yeah. First I got sad, and then I just the feeling of anger was like sticking with me a little bit more, because I had a gig and I played my original songs at a place that I really like, actually. But I had such a weird group of people on the table right in the front, and they made like weird comments and stuff. And I had just brought out my very first EP, and I thought like, I'm someone now. And then those guys were there and like saying stuff, like not terrible, but it was just bothering me.
Yeah, it's enough to like bother you. Sometimes it doesn't have to be like horrible things, and you're like, this is awful. But it's sometimes even the little comments where you're like, why do you have to do that?
Yeah. And so then I wrote down some of the feelings. Like, I wasn't really, angry against them. I was just angry about the whole situation, and about like being a musician and being so not heard. And then I wrote this, and then for 2 months or 3, I think it was lying around, and I didn't do anything with it, or maybe even half a year, because I thought like, okay, this is fun, but also it's kind of insulting maybe to someone.
Yeah, but that's music, right? It should like provoke different feelings. Like, at some point, I think, like, sometimes people get too critical of songs where they're like, oh, she's like not a girl's girl because of the way she wrote that, or she said this line and like she clearly hates men or something. And I'm like, sometimes the music is so personal and it hits hard because someone just felt that in the moment and they wrote it down, and then now you put it there, and it doesn't mean that, you know, that's how you feel all the time, but it's like it was such a raw emotion that you felt in that moment, and such a line that you had in your head that it's going there. And that's why people connect, or they hate it, like they love it or hate it.
Yeah, exactly. So and then I played it once live at a tiny venue where there was almost no one, but a very good friend of mine was there, who's also a songwriter. And he heard it and he was like, this song is crazy, this song is amazing, you need to play this again and again and again. And then he used to ask for it again. And I started to play it regularly.
Yeah.
And then I figured out like, okay, actually people connect with this like a little bit sarcastically angry me.
Yeah, that's what I was like, when you listen to it, you're like, okay, I think it's sarcastic. And it's like, it is. Because you sing it still in like a very sweet way.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're like, pretty sure this is sarcastic.
Because that was me, especially back then. Like I was still very, you know, like careful and scared to let out like more difficult emotions, let's say. Or like sing songs that are more difficult than like songs about love or depression, which like that came more natural to me than a song that criticizes something.
Yeah.
But then that started to be actually like one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's like those moments where you're really putting the raw emotion. It's like, I think I read something recently, it's like art is like, or music, it's when people are saying something that you're scared to say. Or feel, and then that connects with people.
That's the amazing thing about art, that you can do that and it's still beautiful and easy to approach, kind of.
Yeah, because that's where you're like, that's where the connect is. Cool. As we know, like creating and making art can be challenging at times. So what are the things that help you stay inspired, or like what's your North Star when you're like sometimes you have those dips where you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? How am I gonna keep going? So what's your like go-to in those moments?
Well, I mean, if I think about all the other options I could do with my life, I'm like, all of this sucks, I don't want any of this, I just want to do music.
You're like, it's the cop-out, but it's the only way.
And well, I think, you know, moments that are really creative help, and moments on stage help. And those are the things like when I feel like I'm, you know, like slowly drowning, they get me up again and give me energy for a while. So for me, it's just very important to have those good moments regularly, so that I know why I do this, because I don't do it for anyone else. Like, I think my family didn't push me into this.
You can't do it for anyone else. Like, if you really want to take this path, it's like, okay, I'm going to do this, and like, you have a need, like, I think deep inside where you're like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that you do, because like, because like your outfits, your music videos, so inspiring. Like, you really take like the artist and persona and like being an artist, like you take it to the max. And I don't know, I think there's like a trend going around, like 2016 is the new 2026. It's like all over social media. And I think what I'm missing from like these social media days today is I'm like, I kind of miss 2016 and those times where like I would be so pumped about music videos, and like music videos were coming out all the time, and you were like, this song, it's not just the best song because of the song, but also like, you know, there's going to be a cool music video with visuals. Like, I think that's when Grimes was doing a lot of cool stuff, like everybody. And so when you are constantly creating your music videos, I'm like, it's like this era. Like, I love that you take the time and commitment, because I know it's a lot of work to make a music video. And also people don't always suggest doing that in this day and age, because it's all about the short form content on social media to push yourself.
Absolutely. I have one person who helps me with advising sometimes, and he also said, like, you don't have to do this. You can do like short reels and stuff. But I was like, but what am I doing music for then if I don't actually do the things I enjoy? So like, just let me do it. I know it's useless, like, or not necessary for my career, but I love it. And maybe there's someone else out there who loves it as well.
I love the music videos. Like, you take such time to make like cool personas and characters. You have some videos with commentary on like the environment or political issues, which is super cool how you take those ideas and do this like abstract artistic interpretation with them. You have stories, you have visuals, and also it always looks like you're having so much fun. You put so much creativity into them. So yeah, so just going to the 2016 is the new 2026. Like, I love what you're doing with that. So even if it's not the easy way, they're super cool. So I appreciate. Go watch Marley's music videos. That's what I have to say to you. And on that note, you recently shot in a castle in Austria for a music video. So I've talked to you about this before, but I'd love if you can share that experience here with us.
Yeah. So I'll be honest. I was very lucky that I got this access to a castle through some contacts, and I never shot in Austria. So
wait, that's wild.
Yeah, I know.
That's where you're from.
So yeah, but I don't know. It just never happened because my whole artistic community is here. But yeah, then we managed to get to shoot there. So I had to look for everything completely, like for the first time actually, or like in a way. So I asked my whole family, and I have a quite big family of aunts and cousins and everything. So I asked them if they want to be part of it, and I asked in some groups, if like musicians groups or or like queer cuties groups on WhatsApp, if people want to help or if they want to act. And I found random people, but amazing people who wanted to be part of it. And some of them I actually still have as my friends now. Or like,
I feel like you're collecting friends when you're making your music videos.
It's awesome that some people just stick.
New friend.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, you're a friend, you stay. Yeah, and so in that way, it's funny actually, because we shot in this, like, it's a small castle, but a very nice place, but still in such a DIY manner that I think they really didn't expect much from it. And when the manager of the castle saw the video, he was actually really, really happy.
Yeah, it came out like 1 week ago, right?
Exactly.
So happy 1 week to All the Girls Part 1.
On the 8th of January.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it was all planned by myself. And I was just really lucky that it worked out, everything. Like, we found so many great people who worked on it, who acted in it. My mom made the whole catering. Like fully vegan catering.
And what about the food on the set, like the cake and stuff? Did she make all of that? Or?
We made that together, kind of, which was really cute actually. Well, to be very honest, only half of the cake is real. Like the half that I take, the lower part is not real.
Secrets behind the scenes.
It's just a plastic thingy with the sugar thing around. Yeah, so it was a lot of DIY, a lot of luck in a way, that we were really fast. Also, they let us go everywhere. As I said, like, the crew was amazing. I never had such an amazing crew, to be honest, where everyone was like, where every single person was so invested, and you didn't even have to ask them. Like, first of all, I had my head of production, which was Bashak, who worked with me on several music videos already, who really took care to not, ask me any unnecessary questions. And that's worth so much. Yeah,
she really kicks ass. Like, she was kicking ass on Neverending Dance as well.
and then like everyone was by themselves, like offering to clean something, to bring something from A to B, and it was so much of fun as well. Like everyone did everything by themselves, or asked like how can they do certain things. They get dressed, no one complained. I was how do you say when you do to the hair, like make them bigger?
Teasing.
Yes.
Yeah, you were teasing.
I was teasing people's hair, and I was like, I'm so sorry, like I'm just gonna do a little bit. And everyone, like every single person was like, do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, because they know it's gonna be kick-ass.
Yes. And then I was like, okay, let's tease more.
Yeah, because the hair turned out super cool. Yeah.
Because I was in charge of the whole hairstyles, actually.
Yeah, of course. Like the hair, the makeup, the costume.
Yeah.
Or not the makeup, because
not
you
the
have,
makeup.
Fez for that,
did that, and she did it amazing. Like she did makeup for so many people in a record amount of time. As I said, the crew, like every single person on the crew was amazing. My dad came for the second day of the shoot.
Wait, he's not the guy though, right? Like
no.
Okay,
that's Mike.
Okay.
And he was just like behind the scenes, and he was like, I will just be your runner, so whatever you tell me, I will do. And like it's so cute when your dad tells you this, and he's just like, like doing all the little things, or like preparing the clothes for everyone.
We also said it was like mostly like a female group on set, and you had like Aneta as the videographer.
Yes, exactly.
She did an amazing job.
Yes, I regularly work with her, and I enjoy it so much. Like we went to Croatia together as well for
which
some
we're
future
excited
videos.
For those videos.
And she's the most easygoing person that I could imagine, and also very, like very focused. Really communicates well with me, our ideas, so that we're both at the
on
same
the same
page.
Yeah.
And then, well, throughout the whole shoot, we had 2 men per day on set, and otherwise everything was like female Flinta people, which made an amazing mood. Like sometimes, I think we talked about it a while ago, sometimes people think when you're like too many women in a room, or like in a band, in a group or whatever, that it gets problematic, and my experience is just exactly the opposite. Like the women I worked with are just the most easygoing and nice people. and fun.
Yeah.
So in that way, it was just like so much of giggling, and we were like, look at this, blah, blah, blah.
Because it's such a fun set as well. Like, and not commenting on anything about who's working on it, but like you see the video, and it's just like you guys know you're going on there in these cool costumes that you put together, and then you're just gonna have fun in a castle. Like.
And dance like stupid.
But the other projects we worked on as well, like when we did the photo shoot and like Never Ending Dance, it's like cool. Like I think everyone's like in the vibe, everyone's like committed, because like that leadership comes from before, and the idea like, okay, we're gonna make something awesome. And then like with the photo shoot, it's like everyone was kind of coming with different ideas and like trying to help make it like the coolest photo shoot. And it's like nice when you have people around you like we're like, we're game to try this, or like let's like who was it, Olivia, who went and asked the security guard like if we could shoot it now. I was like thinking to do that. I was like, should I go try like my butcher check? And then like just as I was thinking about it, like Olivia had already gone to do it, and she's like, guys, I got it. And I was like, yes.
But that's what I love, badass women around me. It's so good.
It's amazing. So, and then you will have like more parts in the castle, or like you shot the other parts somewhere else?
There are more parts in the castle as well.
I'm
like
looking forward.
You see at the end of the music video. Well, from the middle on you see a little bit, and especially at the end you see 2 scenes where we're gonna see more.
It's like definitely you leave it as a cliffhanger kind of thing. Like you're like, okay, something's happening and we don't know what.
Exactly. So one is the statue that is just waking up, and the other one is the scene with the muse. that we see just like blurry in a haze of smoke
Yeah, that
and
shot's
light.
super beautiful. Super beautiful. You were talking about that you found that window, right? Is that the shot?
Possibly.
That like you were like, we found this cool window and just the light was coming through like the right way.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
is that the shot then?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, I wanted to say something else before though. Yeah, I don't know.
But,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I said it already.
We're covering everything. That's important. So yeah, we have more to come. I'm looking forward, and also three more, and the Croatia shoot as well.
Yeah, that's like, part of the.
Okay, that's
the
part
three.
of what, like, it's all kind of coming together in the story.
The next music video is gonna be mainly Croatia.
Okay.
So we're gonna see all the all the ruins, all the abandoned hotels.
You went to, I was like so jealous when you talked about all these abandoned. I love abandoned like places and buildings. So you were talking about the places you went to film, and I was just like, I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And on top of that, like this song, just not to get too far away from your new song, All the Girls, like it's just super empowering. I think it's like the mantra we need right now.
Yeah.
Like, as women, like let's stop competing, like let's come together, let's like create together, let's help each other out.
Yeah.
Like there's so many like beautiful, amazing, talented women around us. And so it's like, and it, as we see like with your music video and the shoot, it's like, it makes it all the more amazing when we can come together
and create something together. Yeah.
So
it took me a long time to learn that, honestly. Like
that's kind of what you hint at in the song,
exactly,
also, right?
To not envy other women, to not be jealous of them, to just actually figure out that we're all, I mean, not everyone, but like we all want to do something, and we might better do together and not against each other.
Or like even like helping each other. It's like, okay, like right now this person is working on something and I can help them there, and then like you can reverse that as
and
well.
you can learn so much.
And also like I think envy, you can just take it as like a tool and use it to be inspired.
Yeah, exactly.
And say like, so like when I see your cool outfits, I'm like, oh man, she's like so confident, beautiful, and her amazing outfits and art that she puts together. And I know that's like reflecting a piece of me that misses doing that. And so I can take that and say, all right, Melissa, it's on you. Like if you want to make costumes, or if you want to make clothing, even just for yourself again, like go back to your sewing machine and do it. Like Marley's here to remind you of a part of you that you lost. Like, and I think that's super beautiful, and that's why I was like, it was so cool to meet you this year and like get that inspiration, like find that inspiration like back in myself. So thanks for rocking your outfit and being you. Like it's fucking cool. So a little more. Oh no, this is another fun question I didn't get to. You've toured a lot of countries, and like you go on tour, you go play festivals. And like you said, you've been in Panama, New Orleans. I think we talked about the Netherlands. And so do you have any funny or surprising touring stories?
Well, so for example, I've been for the first time in the Netherlands this year.
You did that cool walk, right? Or something? It was like a walk, and then
I didn't do that because oh my god, what? Like,
how long are they walking?
30 kilometers? No, wait, no, much more. I don't know. I forgot. 40?
I don't
50?
know. I didn't know about it until like
man.
I saw it on your stories, and I was like, I was asking Robin. I was like, what are they doing?
Dutch people know this one.
Yeah.
I think they walk 40 kilometers every day for 4 days. Yeah, it's called Vierdaagse, so it must be 4 days. Anyway, like, no, I'm not into walking. Walking is too slow for me. I hate it.
Like, I just want to be there.
Like sometimes I walk somewhere and I start running because I get bored.
Were you like running down the hill to the interview today?
No, I was waiting fast for the bus.
Oh, you took the bus. Yeah.
So yeah, but Dutch people and bikes. I mean, you've been there. I guess. So this was the first time that I was supposed to like ride all my equipment by bike.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's a lot of equipment.
Wait, you had the equipment?
Yes.
By yourself?
No, I had people to help me as well.
Okay.
So like,
I'm just like imagining you with like some big like cart of like equipment.
I wish I didn't even have a proper cart.
You did like proper Dutch style.
And also we had to go through like those. Imagine a huge marathon. Like people were like this, but just with walking. So like they were even
can you
slower.
Please run?
And we had to like go through the masses of people somehow to my stage to do the sound check. And it was strange.
But you did it.
Yes, we did. I mean, luckily I had friends there who helped. And it was really nice.
Yeah, you wrote some like cool. I think either you wrote some cool like commentary or like shared some videos, and you were like, it was so much fun. Like it was such a good vibe. Like
yes, especially my second gig, I played on a like not island, but like kind of next to the river they have there. So it felt like kind of island because they had sand everywhere, and it was Rose Woensdag, which means Pink Wednesday, which was like the kind of gay parade day of of the whole event. Yeah. So, people were so good. And I love to play this kind of events, and I would like more of this because it fits me. Yes. And the mood was just so amazing. And then there was a huge storm and wind, and it started raining, and people stayed, and they just came closer, and we were like,
I mean, it's the Dutch. They're not scared of the
exactly.
rain.
They don't care.
They don't care. That sounds so cool.
Yeah.
And amazing that you were able to bring your stuff on a bike, like your gear. I can't imagine it.
Yeah.
But you see those videos like on social media all the time where they're like carrying a mattress on a bike, and you're like carrying furniture, and you're like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I used to live there, and we did that. I think we carried once a couch on 2 bikes.
I think I've seen that on social media as well.
Yeah.
You're like, it's not for the faint of heart. Like you gotta commit to the Dutch lifestyle.
It's funny actually when you're in an international community and you get to know like each person's cultures. You realize like all the things I thought of a country, like they're not 100% true, but a lot of it's actually true. It's not.
I think with the Dutch, like
it's not exaggerated.
Spot on.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So I'm getting to the end of my question. Okay. So this one's a bit heavier. I would say like from your persona and all the things you're very vocal about on social media, or like the events you take part of, you're very much like an activist, and which is super cool. I love that, like, you take what you believe in and you take it to heart. Like, you're posting about what's going on in the world, you're going to protest. And it's super cool for someone, I think, to use their platform, in a way that's so important. So I admire that so much.
Thank you.
And like, I know recently you've talked, like Spotify has come up, and you've talked about Spotify. There's, the issues with AI, corporate, the low pay, and the issues, ties with like military, all kinds of things being...
There's too much to ignore it.
Yeah. So
you can try, but...
there's just like a lot happening there. And so you've talked about taking your music and moving it to other platforms and not using Spotify anymore. So I was just wondering, like, where are you taking your music, and like which platforms do you recommend for anyone who is interested in following suit, essentially?
I took it everywhere except Spotify, basically. Which I know, I mean, like, there is a lot you can say about other platforms as well. For example, YouTube is also not super clean. But I see it as, like, through other activist topics, I saw a little bit, like, how to boycott something. And it means that there has to be one thing that everyone boycotts to show, like, we don't accept this. We're not going with this anymore. And if you do this kind of stuff, it will hurt your business. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's the most peaceful way, and probably actually the most impactful one, since they lose money. Yeah. To protest. And so I'm just like, I don't want my stuff on there. I also want to stay true to my beliefs. Yeah, so I can't be like ranting on social media about Spotify is bad, and then I put my song out on Spotify. So for the last single, I chose to not have it there.
Yeah, because your old stuff is still there.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And my distributor, for example, was questioning it a little bit. I mean, they were nice, but they were just like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure." So that's it. And I think everyone can do that. Like, we forget the power that we have in simple decisions. You don't even have to, like, go fight for something. You don't, like, you can go to the streets. For some people, it really helps. Yeah. Like, the issue, but also ourselves to feel not so alone. But there's also, like, really easy things you can do. If you don't like something, don't give them money. Mm-hmm. That's all. Yeah. Like, cancel your subscription. Don't buy things anymore. Don't buy from that brand. Mm-hmm. And they will notice.
Yeah, and be conscious of it, right? Like, because you have to take research to do those things and everything.
Yeah. And it doesnn harm you because you spend less money, actually. Or you just spend it on something else. So it's not a big deal in a way.
So you just took it to, like, all other platforms, or do you have, like, a couple that, like, stand out that maybe you didn't use before, that now you're like, okay, I'm going to put my music here?
If I choose, then I would probably choose Tidal, because I heard a lot of good things there. They also pay more than other platforms, and they seem to be pretty good. They have a good audio quality, actually better than Spotify, as far as I know. But I have to say, like, right now, I'm not with any streaming platform. I'm actually considering just going back to the radio and, like, listening to, like, when I want to hear random music, random playlists, just listen to radios that I like alternative radios, rock radios, where actual people make the playlists and just think like, this is good, let's play it.
Yeah, that makes
Very
sense.
old school. Maybe we're back in 2016, yeah?
I mean, I know record sales has also come up, like, a lot. Where did I put your record? I don't know now. But we have your record. It's in the game. That's later. So, yeah, I mean, definitely there's all kinds of ways to, like, listen to music. And on that topic, like, in regards to, like, supporting artists, like, so you're a musician, and of course, like, you need to make a living. We need to support you. Like, what do you think are some things that people, like the population, can do to, like, whoever is a fan of yours or, like, wants to support their favorite musicians? Like, what is a good way for, if you have suggestions of how we can do that? Like, what's helpful for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that, and I don't follow it myself. That's why I'm gonna say something before. If you have a relatively stable lifestyle, buy tickets beforehand. I don't, because I travel a lot, so I can't really buy tickets long before. But I think for someone who lives at a place, like, works regularly, has a 99% chance that they can actually make that where they want to go, like, buy tickets months before even, because it will make your favorite artist so happy to see that actually someone bought a ticket long before.
Yeah, because it also helps, right? Like, you can see already, okay, I have ticket sales for that event. Like, people are coming, like, for sure. Yeah,
and then it's easier to prepare for it. You don't have the venue being like, there was no tickets sold, or, like, barely any. So please, like, push it more. It's something no one wants to hear, but we do hear a lot.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, I think in this day and age, like, you never know. I don't know, like, I think in these times, you never know how you're gonna feel on a given day because of all the shit that's happening in the world. So sometimes you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it out on Friday night. But it's good to hear, like, at least that, okay, buying tickets in advance is one action we can try to take to support
Yeah.
to support artists.
And I think generally, like, you know, how to say? I think everyone who is like a kind of fan of something wants to be close to it. And so in a way, I feel like it would be nice if people weren't so scared to support smaller artists and really like fan them. I mean, you don't have to be extreme about it and follow them everywhere, but just, you know, to show real appreciation means so much to a small artist and kind of so little to a very big artist.
Do you mean like in terms of like going to concerts and like liking stuff on social media or like commenting on your videos or
all
like,
of it, whatever comes natural to you. Like, you know, not everyone does the same things. Like, not everyone feels so comfortable going out all the time, going to concerts all the time. But then you listen at home and you really appreciate the persona of an artist and you like follow them online more. So I think all of this you can do, or like share things. Or now, yesterday I posted something, if people could wish for my song on the radio, because my radio played one song, but
oh, that's cool.
For them to play the song more regularly, maybe they would need to see that people want that.
This might be a stupid question, but then how do you do that? Like, how do you wish to the radio? I don't think I listen to like any radios. I know Robin does. Like I'm listening like, I guess on streaming or like YouTube and everything. So then how would I go about doing that?
Well, I mean, they all have websites and usually you can look for it. I mean, yeah, for example, there was this radio channel FM4. It's an Austrian radio. They played my stuff. I was very proud because that's a cool radio station and also nationwide. And then you just look like if you can request a song somewhere. And there's actually 2 programs on this one radio station where they regularly play request songs. So I guess if one person texts, maybe nothing happens. But if a lot of people will text, they will be like, okay, a lot of people ask for that song, so maybe there's something about it. You know, it will at least catch their eye. And we're also overwhelmed and overstimulated that it's just important to have like a regular thing where people see your name.
Yeah.
For something to happen at all.
Yeah. That like there's all kinds of like small things. And by the way, you also have cool merch. Like I have your shirt. I really love this one. Like I think because you have a lot of rock shirts, not like you, but there's a lot of rock brands and shirts, and I feel like it's such a beautiful image. And then it's very like feminine, empowering. So like when I wear it, I'm like wearing my like. I'm not just saying that for the camera. Like I really was like, that shirt's so cool. And I think my boyfriend bought it when we went to your concert when I was performing, and we have your record too.
A friend of mine actually drew it, so it was a real drawing. And we called it the goddess shirt because it feels like
it is. Yeah, you put it on. You're like, I got my goddess like rock shirt on. Like it's a new element. You don't see a lot of that, I think, on typical rock brands or like when you wear a band shirt. Like they always have, I think, a bit more of a masculine touch. So I feel like really special wearing that. And then last question. So we talked a bit about this in regards to your music and art. What are your exciting updates, things you want to tell people to watch, go do? What are we waiting for? All of this in the Marley Wildthing world.
Well, I don't know when this is gonna come out, but anyway, my last music video, or the first single of my upcoming concept EP, just came out on the 8th of January. It's called All the Girls, and I think it's really fun to watch. Like honestly, every time I watch it, and it's not because it's my music video, but just because I see so much joy in all my co-actresses as well, and the whole topic. Every time I watch it, I'm like,
And it really matches this song too. Like you see the video and you hear the song, and you're like, let's go.
Do it. So you can watch that one. Then I have regular concerts in Prague, which you can find on Bands in Town, which is actually a website I like a lot because they send you notifications about the artists that you follow, which is better than, like at Instagram, everything gets lost.
Yeah, there's
Unless
so
the
many things
algorithm
happening there.
thinks it's great for you.
Yeah.
And on the 31st, I think I can already say that, on the 31st of March, the next music video, 2 out of 4, is gonna come out. So then the story continues, and you're gonna see something about the abandoned hotels and Croatia. Yeah.
Cool. So we're looking forward. So that's everything. Thank you so much for being here. It was super cool to hear about your inspirations and everything. And yeah, Marley Wildthing. So now I'm gonna blindfold Marley for our game, where I'm gonna put 3 records on the ground. One is hers, and I will put these on the ground, and I will have to direct her to find her record with her song titles. So let's see how it goes. Okay, you can't see, right? Okay.
Yes.
I feel like this is payback for Never Ending Dance.
Oh, mean.
I was so blindfolded on that set. Like,
But you saw something, no?
Sometimes no.
Barely? Okay. Well, I mean, it was dark as well. And
No, that was such a cool shoot.
yeah, now I imagine like...
Now you know what it was on set. Yeah, do the dance.
I don't remember it anymore, actually.
We will have to try it maybe at some point.
Yeah, we should repeat it just for fun.
First clue is Flow Wild.
Woo!
Okay. So you can move more. You no,
Okay,
don't move. Don't
more
move. Don't,
wild.
No, don't move.
Oh.
Wait. Okay. I think you can only take one step after I.
Okay.
So you can only take one step
Yes.
after I say something. Okay.
Okay, should we start once again?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, where? Okay, there's my corner.
Okay. So Flow Wild. So you can take one step anywhere, but maybe small steps because it's a small step.
Okay. But I just wanted to be wild. Okay, flow wild.
Okay. Go, go, go. Hard to find. You'll never make it.
Oh.
Never ending dance.
Huh? Wait. That goes to the right first? I don't know.
Time to let go.
Okay, wrong direction.
Oh, all the girls.
That's 2 records.
You can't have 2 records.
All the records.
No.
Okay, give me one more.
Take. Dawn of the day. I don't know. The boy that never cries.
Yeah, okay, that's not good.
Encore. Hey, you got it. And you can show your record to the camera.
I don't know where the camera is.
Yay. And that's our game with Marley Wildthing. And now we can unblindfold you. No more 3 blind mice.
Freedom. Wow.
Yay, thank you.